guys, we're gonna start with my recipe that's featured on the Masterbuilt app. Let's get to it. All right, we're using a scratch recipe here. 1 teaspoon of garlic Mrs. Dash, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. We're also going to be using meat tenderizer instead of salt, 1 teaspoon of that. Also 1 teaspoon of restaurant style black pepper. All right, we're going to shake this up really well, mix up the ingredients, and we are going to be using really thick pork loin chops. These are really awesome chops that I found on my local Latino market, so we're gonna be using that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put them out on the cutting board nice and even. Once we begin applying this seasoning, we wanted to go ahead and cover all parts of the chop. Okay, so you could just spread out a nice even layer, nothing heavy, just a even coat. Since we're going to be coating all the sides, make sure you get your sides, especially that juicy cap on the sides, which is going to give us a lot of flavor at the end of this cook. Okay, after you season all sides evenly, we're going to put it in a container. We're going to wrap it, and we are going to let it rest a minimum of 2 hours. The reason for that is that we want to let that tenderizer do its job. So after it's tenderizing, in the meantime, we're going to start the smoker at 275 degrees for, we'll say, 2 hours on a smoke setting of 3. We'll be using cherry wood chunks today. All right, I'm going to go ahead and slide in the non-stick Masterbuilt pan on the notched rack to go ahead and catch the drippings. We want to make this as easy of a cook, easy cleanup, and this pan works great for that. And you can find that pan at the masterbuilt.com website to go ahead and get all your Masterbuilt needs. Okay, now that we have that pan evenly sitting there, make sure you get as much of the chop inside that pan, that way it's able to catch all that delicious dripping. All right, into the smoker it goes. We're gonna go ahead and put it about middle of the smoker, and we're going to add a meat probe on there. That way we are able to monitor that temperature as soon as it hits temperature. Okay, a couple hours later, here we are with the chops. You can see that really nice color. Looks really good. It smells amazing, but we're not done quite yet. We're gonna add something else. Cheese. So we're gonna add cheese to 3 of these chops here. And we're gonna use the upper elements, which you can also purchase at Masterbuilt, to go ahead and melt this cheese. It works really great. We're gonna put it at the high setting, and we're just gonna use it just enough so that way it melts the cheese. We don't want to overcook these chops and dry them out. We work quite a bit to try to smoke them and get them as tender as we can without the seasoning and the heat. So this is the final product right here. That melted cheese just covered the whole top side of the chop. All right, so that looks just about ready to go ahead and munch on. I'm gonna let these rest for a few minutes. They're really piping hot, so we're just gonna let them rest 5-6 minutes. After that, we are gonna go ahead and slice them up and see how they look from the inside. All right, set them out on a cutting board. This is what it looks like right here. You can see it has a really minor smoke ring on it, but it was really easy to cut. It looks really good. Camera focus is not very good on this clip, but it's actually pretty juicy. And the temperature you want to have in these chops is 145 degrees Fahrenheit. Don't forget about that. All right, so here we have the plating. We got 2 cheese encrusted pieces here. Also got some leftover homemade macaroni and cheese. That's those previously smoked, and some sausage, baked beans as well. So all in all, this was a very tasty treat here that I made. These steaks, they're huge. They're pretty thick. A little bit of some crust there, but This was a very delicious pork. I encourage that you go ahead and try it and let me know how it came out in the comments below. Alrighty, so that's pretty much about it. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this deliciousness now. So don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe my videos. Thanks a lot, guys. So I can't leave you all hanging without trying it. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the cheese encrusted one. There you go. We can try it now. That's really, really good stuff. Good pork, good seasoning, tender, smoky, juicy, everything you want in a steak. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish all this food. There's some of that mac and cheese right there. Beans. Good stuff. I'm gonna have fun eating this. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.